Welcome. We're gonna have so much fun today. I have so many like cool things to share, and I want to hear from you. Um, it's just the ease of it all. The ease of it all really landed on me this weekend, and so I wrote up some stuff. I'm now calling our Commons Guide just the free world, the free world directory, 2 steps to freedom. It's just like that, and we'll talk about that. But I just want to welcome, see how your weekend was first. 'Cause it's literally just like we're waiting on the drop, but it's like any minute now. And, we're just gonna go, "Yeah, surf." So, yeah, I'm like I watch the people surf, and I'm like, I can see that I'm an athlete, and I have good balance, and I pick up sports easily, so I'm and I know you're an athlete too, Abby, so I think it's gonna be easy. And, I can't wait. I love to boogie board or body surf, and I can't wait for, like, warm water. I love where I live, but the water's too cold for to be in a lot, I go on my paddleboard, and it's been a while. I had spent since last summer. Anyway, hi, Brian. Lamakoshi, is it Lamakoshi or Lamar? I saw that you're gonna be on with, Netafe on Friday, I think. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Um, I wanna invite you on here. Nicole, hi. But I guess I wanna say first that the podcast, this live stream podcast is, switching slightly. I'm all about it's just now what's fun, what that's all. We're just beaming the frequency of free people, just having fun. And so I was like, it's not fun to schedule these anymore. I don't it's because they know they're not going according to schedule anyway, and I don't know if I'm gonna feel like going live anymore. Like, I'm real loose these days. So I'm just gonna go live when I feel to. Tomorrow with Ron at 5 p.m. Pacific is gonna be the last one. Don't miss don't miss, Ron and I. Ron literally has, like, the designs for just, engines that run forever, for free energy devices, for homes that are generating, like, what is his YouTube called? Ron's Big Ideas. Go there, and you'll start to see. It's like we get on the phone, and it's like he called, and it's like it's an hour before because it's just gonna be so fun. I can't wait for him to get his GoFundMe going. So everybody get your GoFundMes, get your GoSendGos. I mean, it's gonna just be a drop where it's like, here, just into your account, but make it easy. Make it easy for the millionaires, would you? So I've been working on this free world directory. So on my page, you go click on the free world and you'll see the directory. I'm calling us just free world leaders. It's people who are living in what I'm calling a play cosmology or an open source ecology. There's this website called Open Source Ecology, very similar to Ron. Guys are just giving away designs on everything, blueprints. This is the idea, right? It's just like if the information is already free, just give it away. Stop charging, stop building in the old world, stop building a business, stop building a nonprofit. It's all shit. It all is just, we're going to compost all of it. And so this is a list. And I started transferring all my TikTok people. I kind of didn't do it right because a lot of them have websites and stuff. So I'm going to go back, but I have hundreds of people to add to this directory who are already living the play cosmology, living open source ecology. Like they're having fun, they're building, they just don't have the funds yet, right? We haven't seeded this open source world yet. I mean, there's mutual aid and all that's happening, but not in this larger scale, which is how it's going to go. So anyway, the list is there in those 12 categories that we identified. So earth and ecology, shelter and infrastructure, healing and well-being, culture and expression. Everybody who's been on the podcast is already in here. Knowledge and learning, community and governance, spirit and ceremony, technology and networks, nourishment and foodways, generations and kinship, and global weaving. It's like, indigenous solidarity, these kinds of things. So each they have more descriptions in there. But in the comments, I've already transferred everybody from the comments into the directory. But if you or someone is already living it, and is seeding an open source ecology in one way or another, one of these ways, DM me, put it in the comments. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I put this is a working list of free world leaders, folks building outside the system. So that's essential, like building outside the system, right? Like I don't even know that I listed any nonprofits. Maybe there are, but it's really folks who are not working inside the current structure, right? They have medicine, blueprints, and scrolls. We're the ones living a play cosmology, the ones committed to heaven on earth. That's the criteria, right? Where we're like, it's all of us. We're going all the way. Um, because there's no other way. We can't we can't halfway do this. Um, so uh so go put your name and other people's folks in the directory, and then I'm gonna talk about these 2 steps to freedom. um that I also wrote down. So it's I'll go into that, but I'm seeing comments, so I'm gonna go to those first. Mark, hi. Pronounce Lama Koshi, but Mar is good too. Okay, got it. Thank you. It's the Pacific. The water is a bit warmer down here, and it's still chilly to play. Yeah, you're in LA, and swim in the waves is one of the few reasons I'm willing to tolerate cold. Exactly. Hi, Levon. I know. It's I love it, but it's just too. It's you can't like play all day. I love to play in water all day. So I look forward to it's like natural swimming pools and ponds and the ocean and all kinds of beautiful things that we'll build in our building. So okay. Um so I had this so I had over the weekend I had this like we keep using these different words like new earth or nova gaia, and I never really liked new earth because it's more than just the earth, right? It's a world that we create, and it's a cosmology, and it's an alignment with source. It's an alignment with truth and nature, which is all the same thing. Um and so earth was like it's just limited, and it also felt like it was somewhere other than here. It was like a new earth somewhere else, a new land. Um and really all it is here, but with freedom, right? Where we're not, because all the only jailhouse, the only imprisonment is mental. I'm a psychologist. I was a licensed clinical psychologist for 17 years, 30 years in healing. I know people. The only problem any of us have, nobody has a mental disorder, is believing the systems of control, the story of limitation, the stories of fear. That's it. That's all, though. That's the only prison that exists. And anybody who holds a gun or works at a border is just believing that same thing. And they, too, underneath that belief system, want to just play and are built for fulfillment, as every single being is. So, this is false matrix that is dissolving moment to moment. It's just like falling apart as we speak. I've been looking, I'm on like Twitter and Instagram. I don't follow anybody there, but I'll go over there to post stuff. And like all the celebrities are falling apart. Everybody's malfunctioning. Celebrities of every kind are malfunctioning. They're in the hospital. I mean, not, but it's like because they can't, because the whole thing's malfunctioning. It's like the machine is like grinding, and all the gears aren't working, and it's good. I'm like, so what I'm doing over there is like just one of you gears come out. If I'm aiming at Jack Dorsey, but it's like I was looking at Russell Brand is taking a break and Lex Friedman's taking a break. All these dudes with their podcasts. I called them, by the way, made myself laugh yesterday. We called this big group of men the Real Housewives of Podcast County, because that's all I can see these men doing. And it's just gossip. I just don't see, they don't have any solutions. They don't have any blueprints. They don't give their money to anybody with them. They just keep complaining about the system like hens. I'm like, what are you all doing? You're worse than the Real Housewives. At least the Real Housewives are entertaining. At least they have they're beautiful. You know what I mean? So, but for the Botox. Anyway, so I'm like, just one of them who like wakes up, and it's like, oh, right. There's millions of people over here ready, like the first waivers of the who freed themselves, who get that the whole thing has to go, and like not one little bit of the system needs to stay. So anyway, I was like seeing seeing the machine, seeing it's breaking down because the whole machine is breaking down. So every part in the machine is breaking down. Those of us who are post machine are thriving. We're laughing. We're like ready to go, and we just want somebody to affect. So, unless it's already happened energetically, it's literally just like I don't know who's going to be the guy that puts the first seeds, the mustard seeds, in the garden, right? So, the image that came to mind and why I'm so sure it's so simple is basically this, and it was the best way I could articulate it. Meaning, I'm like, literally, we could get this thing done in an afternoon because it's all connected, right? So every industry, like we're seeing that now, right? Where there's nobody's thriving in any industry. I fired these brand people. I'm realizing I don't need a brand person. I don't need my PR people. I'm just going to be my own, I'm going to be my brassy self and somebody'll, it's all going to happen just right on time. But, anyway, the they're the brand folks are struggling and guy I know in advertising, like every industry, real estate is struggling. Of course they are because they're all combined. So whether it's industry or institutions, they're all combined and they're all failing. Um, it just and so and because it's a machine. And so those of us who've exited the machine and are just following our organic flow of the day, thriving because we're in the real world, we're in the free world, we're in reality, we're in source. And then those in the machine are malfunctioning. But the reason I think it can just end in a second is just like any machine. If you think of all the gears, right? They're all locked together. And so one gear, and this is Ron is so good at this. He's like these simple engines that have 3 parts instead of 100, are where we need to go, and they run a million times longer than other engines. And basically, there's only so many engines, and we can switch them out in a truck or a snowmobile or anything else. Like it's no big deal, and they can all create clean energy. Like we have all the designs. So, but anyway, in the machine, one gear stops and the whole thing stops. So it's already occurred. And now it's just like gear after gear. Once it hits them, it's like boom, 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 boom. So so we're already locked up. But it's like if one gear leaves, like the whole machine just in one day is gone. And then that mustard seed, let's say it is a billionaire, but it could just be a multimillionaire. But let's say it's a billionaire, and Jack Dorsey has 4 billion or something like that. And say he's going to give us all his money because there's going to be no need for money. But let's say he starts with 1 billion. Immediately that goes to all the folks we know, and like we're already seeding like whole new communities, and everybody's going to want to be a part of that community. Like who's not going to want a part of Al's community building earth bag homes? Or I met a new friend, Lucas. He builds earth bag homes. I'm like, Lucas, you're on our team. Um, he didn't build a home yet. He built like a mausoleum for his family. But we were out. I was out on one of my long walks, and dude's just running along. I had my bag of rice on my head that Doc told me about, and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Describe that." We got to know each other. He's a hobbit of all trades, as many hobbits are. Um, Total side note in this directory, I had to pick a category, but all of us who are living organically, we fit multiple categories because because we're not siloed people like we are in the machine, which makes us into one gear. But anyway, one gear exits, and the whole machine has stopped, right? The machine has stopped. It's like everybody's like, Jack Dorsey just left, you know what I mean? Or whatever, or whoever, Russell Brand, I don't care. They leave, the machine is stopped, and then the machine, it's like, they look over here and it's like, they give to us. Now already we're running with it. Already we're like, where's the land and ready to build, and we just go and we're playing and we're having fun. And then it's like, so then that's community's thriving, like immediately and then the next one and the next one. And the machine has nowhere to go because it's broken with all of its resources, with all of its parts. And so the only thing like, I'm like, everybody just come on, like, here's all your people. Here's where to put the seed funds. Here's the directory. Like, no brainer, no brainer. They don't have anywhere else to go. They can't look to each other. They literally can't be on each other's podcasts anymore. Like they don't have anything to say. They're all just crying or ranting or yelling at each other to keep hope alive. I'm like, no, don't keep hope alive. Really don't. The system is hopeless. Hope is trash. Hope is keeping you trapped and in a loop. Come on over where we're working with reality and we don't need hope. So anyway, I'm like, it's so obvious, like one gear is all we need. And then the flood that I've been seeing for years that I've described many times and many, many people have seen. It just comes and it's like one dump, bloom, one dump, bloom. You just think of it as like a super bloom, and it just goes like that. And then we just won't be able, like, that's just natural. That's how nature works. That's how that's how that's how an open source cosmology works, or ecology, whatever you want to call it. It's how life works. It's abundant and it's exponential. And there's so much stored abundance. There's so much potential energy stored in the pocketbooks of these folks. And they're gonna, like, it'll be like popcorn, like, "Oh my god, of course, of course." And then they're seeding outside the system finally instead of hiding their money and laundering their money through nonprofits. We will be a real laundering service. Because we are truly in service to all and building these systems. We will clean that money. We will launder it for them. So it's literally just one, and then the flood goes. And so I'm gonna spend my time. I've made my redid my website, made it super simple, made it very, very billionaire friendly, and I'm now $1 billion an hour. So I'm free for public appearances, and I've given all my healing tools away. Everything's free, but I'm $1 billion for a private call. Because if you're in the old world and you want to talk to me privately, you got to pay me $1 billion to give to my friends. You gotta. So, but it's all set to go, and then I've got these simple steps that I'll read, and then we just got like a nice so-called brand, the brand of the free world. My PR people were like sending me like something for Forbes magazines and entrepreneurs. I was like, I am not an entrepreneur. This is not going to work. My brand is the free world. I don't know. I'm thinking not Forbes. I'm thinking you call directly to all the names I've given you to do it. These sweet women, but they're just not like catching up. So I'm like, we gotta. I need. You know who I need is somebody who knows. I'm just like haven't called them because I keep thinking it's like it's going to happen on its own. But what I need is like the LA publicist who's just a shark and who will like call Theo Vaughn's people, because he's like the friendly neighborhood hobbit of the podcast world, who would have me on, or Neil Brennan, Theo Vaughn, and of course Joe Rogan. But those three would turn because they're comedians and they capture a big swath of the culture. And I think Neil and Theo are into therapy and stuff like that. So anyway, it'll be somebody, but I need the shark who's like going to make the call. So if you're one of those people, or if you know somebody, I'll take the referral because I don't know. It's not where my focus is, but I will keep tagging folks, and it's likely it'll just happen right on time. But if this sparks something in you, let me know. But does that make sense? It's like, of course, it's just simple. It's like, it's because truth is always simple. And so I get so many messages of people like thinking, I said this last week, it's like you're a little crazy or whatever. I'm like, no, the system's crazy. And it's not some big complex puzzle. It's literally just last goes first, first goes last. And this is a list of people who are committed to everyone's freedom. So we can be trusted with the funds. I will immediately send millions and millions and millions to Yoki in Ethiopia, right? She's connected with a children's refugee camp where, she's already given money for my birthday. She gave, it's gonna make me cry. She gave money I gave her. She gave to the kids in Tigray. And what she gave them wasn't even that much. It can feed them for a year. So anyway, we can be trusted to redistribute the funds, and everybody will win and bloom. So we're right there. We have everything we need. We just need the defector. Who's the defector? The defector is a good superhero name. The defector. I swear I'm going to write a post about that. Be the real hero is the defector. It's not somebody who's telling superhero stories and like being like a whistleblower or whatever. All these journalists are driving me crazy. Like Matt Taibbi and fucking all of them. Like, what are you doing? You're still pretending that this thing is going to stay alive, stay up. Okay, I want to talk about, well, let me finish this up. before I go back to the comments. The This is very simple, the gear analogy. The other analogy I have is, I'm talking about, like, the Titanic and stuff. It's not quite the right analogy because there's not a hole in the boat because what's the Earth is the boat, and everybody's on this boat. The analogy is that it's just tipped, just like any boat, and it's top heavy, right? Or whatever. So there's those of us who are sinking in underwater, least privileged, right? Who don't have any, you know, like all the 5 different genocides going on, people who don't have any money, people who are destitute. And then we've got the billionaires up here. And they're just as miserable. Everybody's miserable, not just as miserable. They're miserable. Everybody's miserable because this is out of balance, right? So the Earth ship is just tipped, and so all it is this. It's just that. It's not. It's and so the money just goes like this, and it fills the cups of those without, and it just balances like that. And this equality, this balanced ship is. Ron and I were trying to do the numbers. It was like everybody's a billionaire is basically what it is. That's the level of abundance, and that's just a billionaire to start because there will be so much play and abundance. It's like money won't be needed, and we won't. We're just we're just sharing and having so much fun. So that's literally all it takes, and then it's like a fulcrum point, just like any other, right? One person turns, and then they turn, and it just like drops like that. They start or like um I don't know, but hourglass or something, that they turn on that for it's the turning point. They turn on that point, they can access and yeah, and then everything shifts. So that was helpful to me because I was like, it's a Titanic and an Ark and like, but it's not. It's the same ship. It's the same Earth. It's the same world. It's the same everything. It's just freed freed people and a balanced distribution. We're not managing the distribution. We're just gifting the distribution, and then we're in the gift ecology. We're just back into the natural flow of things, and we're out of this artificial system. So hopefully that is helpful and it resonates. I'm coloring in my coloring book as I listen. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. Um, Lori Maeve's art. She did a paintings. I mean, you heard of this when Claudia was doing her Green Tara prayer, and she made this beautiful painting that was some of the visions I saw in the prayer, Ginny too, and I just was like, oh, that's so fun that it's like this is how I want it. This is how it is, right? Like we just hang out with each other and do crafts and things, and it's just hanging out. Like we literally just want to be creative together, and soon enough, we will have virtual ways to do that where everybody's live and everybody can hang out, Tony Robbins style. Everybody's got their own screen and we're all projected and I don't know, holograms or something. I don't know. And of course, in person, which would be the best. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Hi, Oracle. Good superhero name, the Defector. I mean, like the Defector? Like you're the man. You know what I mean? Not, better than Iron Man. Anybody? The man who defects from the system. Those are the sexiest men ever. Fucking win. As as Candace said when we discussed this, she was like, I might have a coochie coupon for them. I was like, yeah, yeah, yep, willing to go on a date. I mean, it's got to be right. But there's be still my heart. You're a man who doesn't want this system. Who's woken up. Hi, Fallon and Brandon. Good to see you. Okay, so balancing the boat. Yeah, and I'm just so ready to play. We're just playing. It's just fun. And I'm looking for it's like, I'm gonna read the 2 Steps to Freedom, which Oracle helped me so much, and this is her word, Thalit, that I'll read. y'all have helped so much, but you've been right here. You're just right here with me all the time. Um, so it's like tying up my website and everything else so that it's undeniable. It's just like like we've been saying, who's gonna argue with play all day and share and have fun and everything's abundant and everybody's a billionaire, which is just the natural way. Who's gonna argue with that? And if we just have it all laid out, like here's the directory of everybody's doing it, and they're all brilliant and amazing, and you can see with their work. And there's hundreds, and it's soon thousands, right? And there already are thousands. We just don't know everybody. So I also am looking for somebody to organize this, right? It's a very rudimentary directory right now, but it needs to be well organized. Um, multiple links in anybody's names or whatever. So, and on the directory, I also put for those of us who have GoFundMe's, and if you create one, send them my way, and I'll put you in the directory if you want. I mean, again, it can just go directly into your account, but it's like it's nice to just this makes it impenetrable, right? Like here's the GoFundMe's, here's the vision, just dump it in. Um, so I think there's 5 of us that have GoFundMe's now, or Go Send Goes. So okay, here's this two. It's like 2 steps to freedom that as far as I can tell, and I've already covered it. But here's what I wrote. It's in the free world section or page or whatever. Decree your individual freedom. So again, the free world is just here. Declare yourself a resident of the free world. So I was thinking of it as a residency. Like, are we residing energetically in the caged world or in the free world? And you can tell so by somebody who's free or not, But if you still feel caged, and I want to talk today also about if there's anything holding you back, if there's any fear you have about stepping into your freedom, let's look at it together, because every fear is a lie. There's nothing to be afraid of, not death, not pain, not homelessness, nothing. There's nothing to be afraid of. Abandonment, not belonging, not being worthy. All of this is nonsense. None of it ever even existed. Um, but I, but we can talk about it. If there's anything there, don't hold back, because we've all been there. We've all believed all kinds of spells, because it's really just a spell. But as Oracle has taught me so well, decreeing, it's you cast a spell. Now it's a spell of truth, so doesn't work like other spells. It's a clearing, not not noise in the system, right? It's a signal. So, so that's what these are. So number 1, and the 2 steps: decree your individual freedom, declare yourself a resident of the free world, recognizing no authority outside yourself. Claim your place as the elite. Sovereign source, which is sovereign source will. That's Oracle's word, right? So Thalit is I'm the sovereign voice of God, right? I am God. We are all God. We are source. So we use the word source. God's a little triggery and leaves out goddess, but source will, right? I am source. We are source. We have never been disconnected from source. There is not a source outside of us. And that source, when we were born, moves to fulfill and enjoy being this body, being this unique form that has never occurred before. That's the point of source formlessness, moving into form. It wants to play. So we just claim ourselves as I'm source, I'm Thalit, and I do what I want, basically, which is how we were born, and what would have created if we let all children just do their thing and gave them the world to explore when we do, which we are. But had all of us grown up with that, there would be not one war, there would be not one fight. We are not naturally violent. None of that is true. We would literally just play together. But we came in with this very interesting conditioning that would pretend we're separate, pretend we're at war, pretend there's competition, all these things, none of which are true. Those are just stories. So, I wrote, remember, this isn't new. It's the truth your soul already knows. You just forgot. And you can say this aloud if you like. I live in the free world. I do not work. I play. I am my own authority, free from the laws of man. I am Thalit, a sovereign voice of source. That's number 1. And then number 2, seed collective freedom. I put we're all in the same boat. our beautiful Earth ship, but it's badly out of balance. One end pitched high into the air, the other end underwater. Everyone's struggling. To right the ship, we need to create free systems that serve all, an open source ecology inside a play cosmology, so all our homies are having fun. We are already open source. We have the people, tools, materials, and networks to bring heaven to earth. We only need trustworthy stewards, those already living free and holding the vision to redistribute our resources, and they are all our resources. Yes, all the resources, all the money that everybody has is ours. That would be ours. We already have the stewards. Direct gifting to us will seed the gift ecology. No businesses, no nonprofits, just the floodgates of natural abundance opening. We will usher in the world of everyone's dreams. So you can call us, free world stewards, Connect with free world stewards in our directory, say hi, fund us, develop our ideas, collaborate, add yourself and other stewards in the comments. P.S. We are going to have so much fun, y'all. We're already having fun, but like, God, we're going to have fun. So that's where I'm at. Hey, Ron. Hey, Brandon. Shlee, if I may make a suggestion, you may want to has out using the term resident. Okay. Um, what does that mean, Ron? May want to not use it. I'm messing. Okay, cool. Yeah, these words are important. So give me the other word. Oh heaven. I want the. Here's what I want to invoke. Is that we're already there. Like I'm putting free world leaders because in the directory because we're in lead positions, but leadership is also a tricky word. It's literally just like we're just the first on the scene, because everybody will lead. Like the next wave, there'll be another wave of leaders, which are just people who woke up to their freedom inside a different community, So there's sort of the first wave folks that we're connecting in, and then they signal the second wave and the second wave. And then the idea of resonance is we're all already in the free world. Um, it's just like a room in the house you didn't know, or you're like a treasure under the floor you didn't know was there. It's like, you just claim your residency, right? You're already there. You just claim it. And then it comes and shows up at your door versus like that we have to go somewhere, you know? So, and that they're following anybody. So anyway, I'm playing with these words, but stewards I like, and leaders and first waivers for those of us here, and then we're inviting the next wave. And then what are all of us as people arrive? We are, I don't like citizen. If resident's problematic, it's just like, what is it? What's the neutral but fun word for what we are? You know what I mean? Hi, Evan. Oh, snap, am I late? No, never late. Always right on time. Resident has a specific legal connotation. I would use the term peaceful inhabitant. Oh, inhabitants. Yeah, inhabitants. I like it. Inhabitant. Okay. Love it. Thank you. Writing this together. I'm gonna edit it right now. Okay. Inhabitants. The habitat. Inhabitants. Yeah, I like it. Okay. What else? Pull these up. It's a nitpick, I know. It's not. The words are really important, and I don't want any that have these dusty old world connotations. And I have this all the time where I'm like, the sharing economy or gift economy never resonated. But then play cosmology and open source, or you could say gift ecology. But I like open source ecology because gift is like, where's the receiving? Although, it starts with a gift. But then it's like, it's just, there's such a flow. It's like, where's the giver and the receiver? It's like, it's just flowing. So again, it's just that fulcrum of like the first gift. So, but anyway, I took a long time to find those words, and it was so important. I was like, play cosmology because and why cosmology is the logos of the cosmos is just we're playing. And if we go all the way back to like we created this crazy matrix that's so backward and upside down, we did it. We're source. We played a game of hide and seek with ourselves to play. I know that it's blasphemous because there's so many horrors, but we were we were experimenting. We're always experimenting. We're always exploring. We're always expanding, as Oracle says. So we're in this exploratory thing, and then we explored. In my sense of it, it's like we explored separation and competition in this backward, upside down, inverted world where the exact wrong people are in charge or in the lead position. Again, everybody's in charge. Like has the frequency and can hold the frequency, is holding the frequency underneath all the conditioning. Um, so it's like the most charge. But leading and following isn't even really, it's more just like different positions. Everybody's in the wrong position. So, and they're all equal positions. So again, like, it's just equalizing so there's no superiority, and then everybody's in the right positions, which goes back to like, what is everything centered around? We've centered society to serve adult men instead of children and women. And so it first goes through the women who will then organize it around the children. And that's just the natural order. That's literally every other species. It's, you know, feed the female and then she feeds all of life. We eat first, so to speak. But of course, everybody eats and eats in abundance. It's just an ordinal deal. So we've had the order backward. So anyway, but the play, it was just a play. It was like, well, what happens when we put everything backward? And we're right now at the end of that play. We're like, oh, we played the full hand, and it was really no fun at all. So now, what do we want to play in the natural order, and where everybody's winning and everybody's um, on board and everybody's thriving and having fun? I was like, what's the world? We're all playing all day and we're all having a blast. That's the world I want to live in. Nothing else. Who doesn't want to live in that world where everybody's having a blast? Like, if there's somebody you don't want to have fun, um, that ain't it. That ain't it. You know, I saw a clip of Mandy Patinkin, the guy who played Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride, and he was talking about being Jewish and like, just like, I can't believe what Israel is doing. Of course, it's a global government. It's not. It's not just Israel. But oh, and this goes back to the gear thing. It's like people don't realize it's a global government and that one of these gears. So it's like a Theo Von gear, who just like, and he no longer is playing the game, or Joe Rogan or whoever, or Jack Dorsey. And then all of like Jack Dorsey defects and all the Silicon Valley guys defect. They all follow him. Theo Von defects. All the podcast bros defect. And like the whole thing crumbles. And it's a global thing. These are folks who affect everything at a global level. And the machine goes just to a halt, right? We're in a like, just pretending there's such a thing as countries, and let's just say in the States there's an open source ecology just running rampant. We're not China's, economy stops. Everybody's economy stops. The economy is one economy, and we just pretend that we're fighting and pretend that there's a petrodollar. And yet, like, it's like, no, it's all one, and one gear is going to stop the machine. So, yeah, I forget what my point was there, but anyway, play cosmology is to say, listen, we're done playing this particular hand. We're done, because because you can see it everywhere. It's already done. So we're just you know moving into the next era here. There's no hierarchy. No hierarchy. No hierarchy. Nope, all equal. That's such the scam, isn't it? Um, it's all source. It's all one. It'd be like saying like, yeah, there's no look at a forest. It's like, where's the hierarchy? The tree and the mushroom over the tree, the squirrel over the butterfly. Like, no, they all serve one another. So crazy. All these imposed ideas. As soon as you look at them, it's like, oh my god, so silly. Um, okay. Anybody have any fears left over that we need to just clear, or does it feel like, no, I'm good? Um, you know, that's because if there's anything, some people's fears have been like we're too like people don't believe in humans. People believes that we're all like bad. People are bad. People are mean. People are violent. People. No, none of that's true. We are not. We are not. We are confused. We are under spells. But again, we're all born moving toward fulfillment and not harming others to get there. That's just not. We just don't. We're just not interested in it. We're not interested in harm for the sake of harm. We are taught that. We are taught that we have to. We're taught that it's survival of the fittest, and you have to, especially men, you have to beat the other guy. No, no, you could all play together. You could actually all collaborate. I There's all these TikTok memes about the male loneliness epidemic, and all the podcast guys are talking about the male loneliness epidemic. It's like, well, it's really there's a real good solution, which is to just talk to each other instead of competing, collaborate. Y'all, because really, it's like, you know, they don't. The women aren't. We're not down with that usual tricks anymore. So y'all are lonely. Okay, well, first get together, um, and then you know ask us what we would like, you know, and that'll help. That'll help. But anyway, the the invitation is to um, stop competing with each other and start collaborating, and you're gonna have a lot more fun. So we're all gonna have so much fun. It's literally just about that, and everybody will just we're gonna card sort ourselves because life card sorts ourselves. It's like follow your fun, follow your joy, and everybody will handshake just perfectly. It's actually how it works. I share. All right. Well, thoughts, reflections, fears, um, tips. Anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, just follow your fun, have fun. It was I did a short video this morning just saying stop feeding the machine in any way. And so just think of it as just the state. It's all one state. Um, and any institution and really any industry um, is all, and any nonprofit is all part of it. Um, so stop involving yourself in the state in every way possible immediately. And because you can think of it as just like an abusive relationship. It's just there's literally nothing in it for us. There's nothing in it for us to get married, for instance. Like, which doesn't mean there aren't sacred matches and beautiful, beautiful relationships to be had. But why would we involve the state? Um, Taxes, work. Oracle sent me this guy on TikTok who was talking about how all the first waivers, let's say, of the free world are unemployed, myself included. I'm $1 billion an hour. You can understand why. I do have some clients left over from my old pricing, but they're few and far between, and certainly it's never work. It's just talking to my friends. But anyway, the it's because we're not giving one more ounce, and we're our energy is going to go to building in the free world, right? So it's like just don't quit your job, do share instead. Um, Anything you can do to take yourself out of the system now, because it's all wasted energy in the old system. It's going nowhere, it's already dissolved. It's like, putting good money after bad, as they say, in gambling, because it's just a gamble. It's all been just a roulette game, um, and everybody loses eventually, you know? It's like it can look like, first of all, you're losing from jump, and the system was losing from jump, everybody's losing from jump, but it can look like you're winning, you know? Elon might think he's winning, but he's certainly not winning. What is he winning? A pile of rubble. So nobody's winning. So take your winnings, take everything, take your energy and attention and money and put it in the free world and connecting with each other. Um, which we're already doing, but you know, just making it explicit. Um, and then I've been also thinking about this party idea. You know, I keep having this Oracle, tell me if you're seeing something different. And you can hop on if you want. You want to hop on? Or I'll see you tomorrow. I thought when I do things for people, I don't do them for money. It's how I disconnect from the system. Love it. Yeah, exactly. You're just doing it because you love to do it. And it's so fun to give to other people. Just that's our favorite thing to do. Like that's so you know, gift ecology could still work. It's just it's like there's still like I know a lot of women who are still in it's like there's still an idea of sacrifice, like I give and I give and I give, and that the it coming from sacrifice is somehow valuable. That's the that's the conditioning. That's not true, which is why I'm a little shy to use that like, especially to encourage women to, like, give, 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 but, um but it is true. It's like, as soon as our cups are full, which just goes back to, like, the masculine giving to the feminine, our cup is full, and then it is the most fun thing for us to give. We will give times 1,000, anything that's given to us. But yeah, not to do it for money. We don't do it for trade. We do it because we love it, and then that just gets the flywheel of abundance going like that. Um I was sharing about my friend Christine who had the shop, Gaia's Garden, most beautiful crystal shop in the world. And she was closing shop because, you know, all small businesses are all falling too, you know. And this is in a, you know, San Luis Obispo. It's beautiful shop, beautiful street. Like downtown San Luis is gorgeous. It's like a Hallmark card, but it just nothing's working. So and she didn't want to go online, you know. She'll figure something out, but she's just gonna sit tight and I'm like, well, like what I see now is the business owners is like it's just not a business, it's just they're gift hubs. It's like she'll just be the crystal lady. It's like who to go to for the crystals, but it'll work in a gift ecology. And so we basically have very similar jobs, if not the same jobs, just not for money. It's for the sake of itself. And we'll use money temporarily to get that ball rolling, but you know, it'll just move into like more crystals than we know what to do with, um, and just the right people to know what to do with the crystals to redistribute the energy and the ley lines. You know what I mean? Like all of that. Like, oh my God, we have so many energy workers, so many free world residents that are or free world inhabitants that are that you know like we're gonna make heaven in no time, literally in no time. And I keep it's like everybody's on board, everybody's here. I am always looking for any language where I will hold any exclusivity because um, there's nobody excluded. We're all in the same boat. But anyway, the party idea I've been having for a while, this event I keep seeing in my mind, and I have been planning for 11/11, and it still may be, although I can't get a marketing person to save my life, and I or to save my, but it's like or whatever the phrase is, but I think it's because I don't know that I need to do any work for it. I think it might just be when the flood comes in, we throw the party. It's like, if you or, you know, or just now, like, it's like, just start the party. We're already starting the party. And then there's just this like basically an announcement. It's like the bells are rung all over the world. Like, oh, hey, by the way, we're free. By the way, here's just dumps and dumps of money into the first waivers. And we're just the like recess bell has been recess whistle, the recess bell has been rung. So that's kind of what I'm seeing now. Oracle, tell me if you're seeing something different. It's yes, the parties when you're awake 100%. It's the world visual that I have been having, right? Or I was had a talking about it, like, I'm literally seeing, like, it's just a party. It's such a celebration everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Um, it's like, we can't even believe it. It's so much fun. Things happen in the time they're supposed to happen, precisely. Parties after the chaos. Yeah, yeah. Substack has been messing you up. Yeah, Substack's gotten a little, you know, they're clamping down. We gotta see it as, all of my tons of friends, we got, all their accounts are gone, TikTok, I've had community violations, we all, now getting dinged on Substack. It's it's like it's a compliment, and you're doing something great, and the signal has already been heard, um, and it's no problem. Like, as Ron said, it'll all happen in good timing, just the right timing, and know that your signals, even if you have 4 views or something, it's already out there, and, um, and they already know it's literally already over. They're just this has happened. They know that this thing has to go like this. But they're like the Titanic, doesn't have a hole in it. They're clinging, they're clinging, pretending, playing their violins like it's not this isn't a problem. And it's like they're sliding off too. Everybody's gonna slide, and they're seeing the fascism that was always there, that just had a friendly American face, but meanwhile decimating the world. Everybody's seeing like, "Oh my god, it could come for me." Yes, yes, nothing protects you because this is a machine that gobbles every bit of life force out of all of us to keep going, and so but we're not feeding the machine anymore, and then it's over. So, but anyway, it's a compliment. Uh, because of news behind distortion. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying something else about Substack. Well, because I was homeless 20 years. Oh, I'm sorry. And I've dealt with a different life. I have faith, but staying home has been a problem. Tell me what the problem is. And P.S. Amazing friends right here. Like, reach out to each other. Really, really, really beautiful people. Everybody I subscribe to and follow, and everybody they subscribe to, like, really fun folks. So we're here for you. Recursion is a focal lens. Yes, yes, yes. Dan, Ashley, hi. Just hurts me innocent are at the front. I know, but of course it's the innocent at the front, right? Like, and that it hurts you is you too. But it's that we're not taking hits anymore. We're just having fun. And we're staying in our innocence. And kids in Gaza are, I don't like the word martyr, but it's like there's, they're like, here's a fear we all have, right? That of death. And it's like, we don't die. We don't die. We're, we don't. And so everyone has this just right role, and this is not to spiritual bypass or anything like that. It's just to say, watch that the watch that there's a story. It's like of pain and of hurt. Everyone I know. I mean, I've sat with so many people. Sat with homeless people, schizophrenic people, people who've really, really struggling. Right, suicidal. You name the kind of person, the kind of situation. I've sat with them. Been in houses with crack addicts and you name it. I was on crisis call for 10 years. And the the truth is, folks, we are all built for fulfillment. We're built for every struggle we have to catalyze our expansion, our growth. And so everyone I know now, we've all had rough roads and it served. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change a thing. Which doesn't mean we're gonna it's like I really find it so dumb to create artificial challenge. There's a lot of these dudes, these workout dudes and stuff, like, creating instead of actually just giving their muscle and their energy to seed something real, They're kind of training for a moment that that's gonna happen and not getting there. Um, versus folks who've been through a lot, we've actually that's the training. And we are, we're fearless. We're fearless because we've been through the fear. And I really wanna say, like, I am a fearless being, like, you can't scare me. You can't scare me. And so let that encourage you, you know? Um, because the truth is we're all innocent. Everybody's innocent. It's just there's, again, just some folks who woke up first or got to the free world place where they never they don't we're no longer believing any fear. We got free first, you know? Um, and there's an innocence there, but it really is there in everyone. It really is there in everyone. It's just relatively buried or not. And it was sort of like predestined. It was like there were folks who were gonna arrive first and folks who were gonna arrive later. Nobody's better. There's no hierarchy there. Um, but I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't make it different. And I know the folks who have come a long way that I know wouldn't have either. It's, um it's a privilege. It's a privilege to have a life, to have life, to be in life. It's a privilege to, you know, like Yoki was just so, I mean, it's just her total privilege to help these kids, and these kids were so happy. They were so, like, they taste real joy, like, they're not checked out, they are checked into life. Um, and they will, like, their story when everything opens up will inspire everyone, and we're just gonna be in awe, and it'll be the splendor of it all. So, we're there, we're there. Don't tell a story of suffering in your head about innocent folks. Everybody's innocent, and the folks at the front who've taken the most hits has also served us, and it also serves everyone, and that because everything that serves one of us serves all of us. So, and the struggle, right? It's always served you. It's always served me. You butt up against something makes you go the other way, you know. So that's where we're at, and you know, don't don't play the tape in your head. Go enjoy yourself, then you're sending the frequency of that, and that's what we're that's the real nature on the bottom of it all. Um, we are not built for suffering, we are not built for toil, we are built for play. So you go play. I'm well, Ashley, how are you? Richard, hi. Dell, hi. She is so authentic and amazing. Oh, you are too, Ashley. I need wide support following the last publication. Okay, Richard. Boy, that's a lot of degrees. That's a lot of years in school. Hats off. Hats off. Okay. You have my support, Richard. Oh, good. You guys know each other. You're good. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Um, I don't know. What do you think? Oracle, are you still here? Do you want to pop on? Normally, I protect you. Oh, well, I'm good. We're good. And you just enjoying yourself, truly. You literally just having fun, giving, serving, like, if somebody needs something great, but your joy is my joy, you know? I was saying to, a friend who does a lot for me, um, he was like, "I'm tired and I'll do this." I was like, Don't do one thing for me. Don't do one thing for me unless you love doing it." Like, it was in service, it's beautiful, he's done so much for me. Don't pick up one thing unless it serves you too. It's taking from your energy. And he's been the one who says, like, "I get energy from service. I get energy from giving you things." But then he'll get a little caught and it'll be like, "I'm supposed to," or "I need to," or "You need this," or it's like, That's not coming from me. None of that's true. Put the pen down. Lean back. Do you need to eat something? What's going on? What's actually true? And then when it's fun again, pick it up. And that's it. We have to perceive that way. That's the only. There's nothing. If you're doing something from effort, you're just going to get more effort back. Like there's no value in it. It's old world shit. It's the machine. Right? I'm going to crank the machine, and I'm thinking this is really valuable, and I'm going to go somewhere, and you're literally just on a hamster wheel. And if you feel something's effortful, put it down immediately, and just get back into whatever's a flow, because that's the current of life, and that's going to take you whoop, right into abundance, whoop, right into friendship, whoop, right into everything, because it can't go any other way. You move from flow, from ease and fun, you get more of the same. And it's now, if the frequencies shifted and everything, all the all the um just all the rising of it all, every in our personal life and seeing it writ large, the contrast is so big, right? So normally this friend, it's like he's just having fun all the time, and we're joking around or whatever, and then he kind of missed a joke and then it was like, um it was a little bit of a struggle, and it was like, oh, it was just machine world again, and it was so clear, and I just pointed it out and was like, oh, then it was over, back to flow. um Versus living from the machine all the time, you don't even realize it, but even a little bit of flow, you'll notice the contrast so big that you won't choose anything in the old system, you know. And people, I mean, everybody's defected. Everybody's defected in their hearts already, but the level of people just not working, not doing anything is amazing. I mean, our numbers are growing by the minute, by the minute, by the minute. Um, yeah, yep. Yeah, it's good news. It's very, very good news. Okay, what else do you want to talk about? Give her lots of hearts. She deserves it. Oh, Pamela, hi. Douglas, hello. High five to you. What's up, Douglas? Pamela, good to see you. Okay, well, what else was I gonna tell you? I think that was about it. Um, I really do look it back, Jack Dorsey. I really do think he's him. He's the guy. I really do think he's the guy. He's the defector. Um, because he's so anti-state, and he's a billionaire, and everybody in Silicon Valley respects him, and he's always, always focused on public service. He's given the most amount of way of his wealth. Um, he's given the biggest ratio of his wealth away to really good nonprofits. Again, trapped in nonprofit world. This is the message, right? Just somebody seed outside of nonprofits and businesses. Just seed outside of it. We're done. We're done. A nonprofit cannot compete, so to speak, with an open source ecology. They already can't. I mean, it's already over. But the elite, these folks here are like scrambling to stay in their little bubble. None of in their nonprofit circle. He's just caught in a loop, and it's like just one, just one. So if it feels fun to you, you can retweet my tweets to him, and like just give him some love. It's like it's no small thing to have won the game, right? Be in the king position. And I said, I had a recent note to him where I was like, you're in the lead position. It's not Elon. He only follows 3 people on Twitter. He follows Stella Assange, Julian's wife, Ed Snowden, who's like his hero. I'm like, Ed Snowden, I mean, amazing Ed Snowden, but he's kept alive as a person to just have there to give us hope. And same with Assange. Like everybody, they're just token folks. And meanwhile, so many whistleblowers have gone, have not had that chance. Um, so he's made into a hero, and then he's made into somebody to worship and somebody to put up on a pedestal. But meanwhile, he's he can't do anything. Um, so which is no shade to Snowden, my God, of course. But so he's still kind of believing that that they're going to root out the bad guys instead of it's like seeing that the whole system has to go. And it's fine. It's going to be so fine. We can compost everything, everything, everything. It's going to be so fun. Like there's no this fear of collapse, this fear of Armageddon, this fear of danger and violence. Like none of it is real. I know people. None of it is real. We're all can't wait for recess. Everybody included in that, and nobody wants folks to be harmed or. Oh, that was what I was going to say about Inigo Montoya, Mandy Patinkin. He said the Inigo's line where, I've been in the revenge business for so long, I don't know what I would do with my life. And then Dread Pirate Roberts, Wesley says, have you ever considered piracy? Which I like to call myself a pirate. No longer am I a pirate because we're already off the boat, but like the pirate on the Titanic, like, hey, y'all, come on, come on off that bow. Bow, that's the word. Anyway, so I just see, and then he follows Elon. Those are the three. He follows Elon because he sold Twitter to Elon, but he has no values. That he shares no values with Elon. He thought he did, and he's just kind of a innocent guy. I learned that he was also a masseuse. He has like 1,000 hours of training as a masseur, surfer. Went and became a dressmaker. Wanted to make clothes. Like he's a sweetie pie, but he's cut and stern, and he's just trying to create another app that's like an open source app, and it's like. No matter what you create, or no matter how many Ed Snowdens there are, that's not enough. We gotta work together here. So, um, but he doesn't. He's alone. He doesn't have everybody. Everybody's just talking about Bitcoin, or they're talking about the next fucking whatever. You know what I mean? And so he started being a believer in Bitcoin, and it's like, but he's close. He's really, really close. So my tweet was, Jack, you're in the lead position. It's not Elon. It's you. And you defect, they'll follow you. I mean, it's very, like everybody respects Jack. Nobody who has influence respects Elon. Jack is respected in the tech world because he created really good tech, and he continues to create really good tech. BitChat is it's like the messaging app for when and if the grid goes down, which it doesn't need to, or the internet goes down. You can still use your phone to message people all over the world with Bluetooth. I mean, brilliant. And then he's also respected in the business world because he started all these businesses, including Square, which is now Block, and many more. Right. So he's and then the social media thing. Right. He really wanted people to have a way to connect. And Twitter, it's gotten. Just like anything, it's like it's time to. It needs a good wash. It needs a good cleaning, which is not to clean the people, but you know what I mean. It's just full of brainwashing. So or distortion. It's really distortion. The signal is distorted. I'm over on Twitter, and I'm like, it's just all noise here. And then Instagram is mostly noise. There's some things through it, but Instagram is so polished. It's hard to. But I find the signal on Substack and TikTok. Tons of people with signal there. So we've gathered. We already are here, and obviously, so many people outside of both of these platforms. But it's really the defector. It's like he would defect from the social media, from the tech world, the business world, and everybody would come with him because he just doesn't have a bad record. He's trustworthy. He's trustworthy. He's got the record to show for it, which is I haven't found another person. Put some people blame him for he was naive. He was naive about the government for many years, but he's not anymore. And so his byline on Twitter, just to help you, says no state is the best state. He doesn't want any state. So let's go support him in defecting. Um, I'm more my tone is much more, like, sweet and kind and, no, I'm not harassing anymore. For those who know me, I can go that way and chop your head off like Kali, but out of love, out of love. So, anyway, uh, high five to you. Ashley, you had my profound thanks from Richard. I love to hear a little hi, Valthara. How are you? Valthara, I wanna hear about the kids. Valthara has, kids just co Letters to Flame has kids just come her way. She made cookies with them. This is the dream. We're just hanging out, doing our thing, living our life, and kids come around, and we make cookies and crafts. I have so many craft supplies. It's like as soon as I get my oh, so many. So I'm gonna have a vaulted Nubian vault art studio. And it's like, and crafting studio where it's everybody can hang out. There's lounges, there's couches, there's whatever. But every single material one could possibly want, including like metalwork and like, a throw from pottery. What is it called? Pottery wheel. I've taken one pottery class. I loved it. Loved it. Just pottery all over that I made. Not a sweet little dish. I imprinted it with lace. Anyway, I would just craft with kids all day and friends. And just be in my zone and make beautiful things and cookies. So anyway, I just thought that was so sweet that you posted that because it was like that's the vibe. Just have fun and remember. We remember. It's the great remembrance of remembering. Oh yeah, we live like this. This is how to live. We're all one family, and we find each other. And those who are wanting to make cookies are making cookies right now. Some are sitting by the fire. Some are writing the story. Some are um, chopping wood, and some are making spacecrafts with Ron's engines. How come I feel like home with Dr. Megan? Oh, well, I'm a homey kind of gal. It's a hobbit in me. So is the hobbits. um, I'm a homey. I really, really, really see this as our home. It's our home, and I'm just your sis. I'm just your sister, not just. I'm your sis, and so I think that's why. And I've just always been like, but aren't we all siblings? Like, why are we competing? Why are we fighting? What? I don't understand. I like I said, I redid my website, and it's just in the um, about page. It just says, "When I was a kid, I wanted to speak to the manager of the world. I was unimpressed." And that was it. It's like, I mean, I was friendly. You always, I was like, I loved everybody. It's like, there's a lot of cool shit. It's like, oh, I don't know. It just seems real dumb to go to school and then get a job when all I really want to do is do what I'm doing now, which is like eating potatoes and playing in the yard, playing like going for a swim. I really want to skip that whole middle part, and it seems like all the adults around me do too. So anyway, also, 30 years in healing, I just am used to, which I loved, and I still love. It's just being with everybody, meeting everybody exactly where everybody's at, you know. So, and mostly, I'm just a reflection of you. Like you're homie. Love you too, by the way. Love you all. Love you, Ashley. So much love. The cool group isn't cool joined. Nice name. I just wrote, speaking of Twitter, one of the things I wrote on there, how did it go? Oh, it's just like the cool kids are, I said something like to the residents of the old Earth or something like, I don't know, the cool kids of New Earth want to hang out or something. Come hang out. And I said, P.S. We're dorks too. We're dorks too. We just want to hang out and we want to. Oh, I just said we want to play. Like, come on already. Like, why are you holding up a system you hate? Everybody hates. Like, just be the defector. and they'll be so loved. Everybody's just gonna be anyway, the cool kids, they're not the cool group isn't cool is exactly it. In fact, and I don't, like, I don't use the L word for what they're because everybody can win, but they're the kids who I mean, Peter Thiel talks about it, Donald Trump, they all have trauma, they all have been very hurt. They're all the kids, very privileged kids who went to boarding schools, were bullied, were Peter Thiel just thinks like humanity is the worst because he never experienced unconditional love and support of what he wanted. He was just given an agenda, he was bullied, um, his true interests were never attended to, so he just, became, you know, dark, like, not dark, just just lost, as Ginny and I called them, the lost boys, because it's their wound from when they were young running this show, looking for soothing by having control over everything and destroying that which they believed destroyed them, that which they were so hurt by, but really all they need to do is turn their attention inward to just and like be held. Like I literally picture just this enormous like welcoming home, of these lost men, like just come, like you don't just just rest, be. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to do anything. You get to just be. How about you just be for a while, um, and you will have served by funding the free world, by giving us your seed funding, and that's it. All's forgiven. Everything's good. Go play in Ron's workshop and make free energy devices and hovercrafts. Like that's what Elon wants to do anyway. So I don't know. Peter seems pretty far from whatever would bring him joy, but that's literally the only invitation. We are not in the revenge business. We are in the everybody have fun business. And so that's the open invitation. And you know, it's like, I probably should refrain from any like, because they all get scared. They're all just so scared. And I don't use the word matriarchy because it's not really matriarchy anyway, but it is just more women's, right? The order again is different. Um, it's like women first, feed the women's cups, and then we'll feed the children's cups, and then we will both feed your cup. Oh my God, overflow. So, I drew that little map long ago, children at the center, and then women, and then we're all in there together. Everybody's in there together, but it's just a matter of focus, relative focus. Um, and then literally it'll be hard to tell who's who. Again, it's not even a leadership; it's just a flow, and we're getting the waters flowing in the right direction. So, but yeah, the cool, so they're the hurt. The cool group is the hurt kids, and us dorks are the real cool kids. The ones who are always like, I don't really want to be inside this system. I'm gonna stay on the periphery here. I'm gonna stay one or two standard deviations out, keep my eye on it, and wait to find the ones who are ready to build something different. And here we are. Here we are. So the new cool kids who were always the but again, everybody's cool and everybody's a dork. And if I had to choose one, it was always going to be Team Dork. But really, we're all on the same team. Who am I speaking of? Jack Dorsey, maybe. Uh, sure. Well, shove them over to me. Yes, I can't wait to be doing art with awesome people. I know, right? I know. Imagine we're all in these big, beautiful rooms and all this beautiful light and beautiful materials. Anything you want to play with, anything you want, it's just right there. I also wanted to go to pottery. I love it. Isn't it so fun? Pottery is so fun. Big kilns we can fire, and we go and gather clay in the land, you know. Oh my God, I follow several potters on TikTok, and there's just make beautiful things. Gosh, one of the categories is artists. People just doing. I mean, we're all artists. This is the thing about those categories; they're very. It's like, as I said, we all fit multiple ones, but in the directory, but we got to start somewhere. So Sure feels homely. We seriously need to go to Dr. Meghan's house and hang out with her. I'm throwing the party. I'm throwing the party. It's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to throw the party. I'm like, house party. It's all at my house. Everybody's coming. Everybody's invited. Literally everybody's invited. Now, there's some people I want to show up first, right? Elon's in like the fifth wave. Y'all are in the first, but he's invited. He just has to come bearing gifts. That's all. That's all. You know, that's all. Everybody here is invited because we're, of course, and anybody in the directory because we're all. It's like, but yes, I'm like literally, I'm like it's at my house. I can't be in the house I live in now. It's very, very small, but it could be in the land. We could just throw it here. Anyway, we're just going to gather. We're just going to get together, and won't even have to buy property. I saw so clearly. It's like I was looking at property to buy and talking about it with a friend, and I was like, we're not even gonna. It's just going to be like here, because the ownership isn't even a thing. Again, the money will just be a very temporary. It's just a temporary thing, but important to kind of signify the energetic and attention shift. That's all it really is going to do. It's just going to signify that, and last will go first, and we're just going to pour into these cups until everyone is everyone is blooming, and then nobody will need money, but it'll signify, and it'll signify their it'll signify the convergence, right? It's just a convergence. It's not surrender. It's not a deference. It's just like, I mean, it's kind of a deference in the way that's like, is it deferential? It's like, I defer, you go first, like that. That's it. And then it's just the boat, So we're going, last goes first. We're pouring into the cups of those with the least. And these folks have deferred their funds, right? And we really just need one at the fulcrum. And but then let's imagine I'm like here or something. Yeah, or no, I'm not. I mean, I'm super privileged. So like, I don't know. I guess I'm like over here, right? And the billionaires are up here. So I'm like here. And it goes like this. Or maybe I'm in the middle. I don't know. I don't know. Let's say I'm in the middle. And it's like, this is at my house. And it's like, yeah, everybody come. We all gather. 100%. I was like, I'm going to throw there's a we. There's a we. And it's pretty obvious who my we is. Y'all are my we. But I'm not going to say it in public because it's for him to realize, and it's for him to, it's just got to be that way, I think. But we'll see. I might change my mind tomorrow. It's not even change my mind. I just, I don't know. I see more things and I shift. So, anyway, our house, and we would have one we'd have a party every quarter, right? For the solstices and the equinoxes and everything, and all the holidays shift. We go to natural, organic rhythms again, not New Year's in the middle of January, but these natural equinoxes and things. So that's the plan. At least once a quarter, party at my house. And then I want to come to your house for your party, your village. I want to go everywhere. And that's the first thing. The first thing I want to do is travel everywhere. I've been gathering places to go, in part with my AI, where it was like, yeah, you go here and pick up these codes and here these codes, and just places I want to go to. But so go on like a world tour, go surfing with Abby, go see y'all, and go meet the kids in Tigray, go to India, see some friends there, have some Indian friends meet me there, have a Bollywood party. I mean, maybe the party is in India, and maybe it's a Bollywood party. Because if you didn't know, I was a Bollywood dancer. I taught Bollywood. I taught a Bollywood cardio class. So, at my party, we're definitely going to dancing Bollywood. It's really, really easy and fun to learn, and everybody can do it. And just big choreographed dances are really fun. And the cardio class was fun. I would just like teach a move. And the summer dance that we do these festivals outside. So we'd teach multiple moves, and then we open it up and it's an open dance party. And then everybody had, 5 moves that they could do. Anyway, that's what we'll do. I'm so ready to have my people physically close. I know. We're so right there. Everybody's so close. Belthar's got a GoFundMe sanctuary for kids, teens. So, spread the word and create your own GoFundMe. You are so right. I have no one. I know to go back to this thing of like the first waivers, we all had to not be employed and we basically seemed to need to be somewhat isolated and all over the world. We're all over and we're like nodes. And it's like a circuit board where we're the ones that light up first, or like a constellation, and we like dee, 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 in the night sky. And then we light up the next wave and the next wave. But it was important. It was important that we are out. We were exited relationships, we all had to go through that narcissistic relationship and move through the flame of that, become the phoenix, the butterfly or whatever. And then like a flock of birds or butterflies, we find each other here. And we found each other online because of course we did, never curse these phones and things. Like, I know we are so ready to be close and be off the screens, but we needed them to find each other because we were scattered, and so here we are. And so yeah, so don't despair, don't nothing that you're alone. It's good to be alone, to really find your flow, your truth, your own signal, what's true for you. It's very, very hard to do. We've all been brought up with distortion, with conditioning, with insanity. So to clear the cobwebs and find what's true with nobody interfering, and you move in alignment. And so yeah. And just get outside a little bit and don't tell a sad story, and you might meet a Lucas on the road and make a new hobbit friend. I like the idea of skunk works like Lockheed. Yeah, total skunk works. Yeah. what could we what could we do with like Lockheed's headquarters, Ron? This is what, like, Ron, it's like put Ron in charge of transitioning all these spaces. Like, I can see, I wrote it in this post I haven't written yet, but it was basically, God, I should have written that. It was like, what do we make everything into? I'll write it. But I have so many things I want to write. But I also don't want, it's like, I just want to just flip the switch. But I'll write, I'll do this, and we'll just keep writing and just keep sending the signal out until it's received, until the big switch. But it was like envisioning all the different things. So it was like I was saying, small businesses are like gift hubs, like it would be like an art market or whatever, but it's just not, it's just sharing instead of for money. And then what else? Oh, it's like corporate offices, corporate office parks, become, I mean, we've seen all these things, right? Like the solar punk thing. So instead of skunk works, it's like they become tiered gardens, you know. And we I don't know, give them, plant trees inside the buildings and whatever. And then schools become, like, universities are still places for learning, but it's all like open labs, open experiments, open learning, right? There's no limits. And there's no tests, and there's no grades, and there's no nothing. It's just, they're just hubs for learning and exploration, right? So I was seeing like elementary schools that are just these huge gardens and these huge, like, just playgrounds, like ways to experiment with everything, tools and everything where it's like kids could choose whatever in the world they wanna play with. Everything is available, and it's just play. The childhood is the same as adulthood. We're just playing, and we're just creating, and everything is available for every child and for every adult. That's it. So we're just converting the buildings intuitively. But something I couldn't and then so the one other thought I had was for the guns and things like that, that we melt the guns and make them into hovercrafts. There's a great XTC song called "Melt the Guns." Melt the guns, melt the guns. So I was like, could we do that? We put them in a big furnace and, just curious. Um, which does, and I have this question about hunting because, well, for hunting, I have hunters in my family, but like, would we even want guns for hunting if everybody's free? I would, if I'm a hunter, I would want to go back to like a bow and arrow. Like, I would want it to be, I don't know, much more symbiotic or something. I don't even know that hunting would be required. I don't even know that hunting is a thing anymore. I'm very interested in what happens with animals. I have a feeling like it's really, really different. I'm talking to the animals and they're all like they're free. They even wild animals, right? They will be so much more free when we're free because they're sort of like energetic fencing. Um, and they can't migrate everywhere they might want to go. So I don't know. I'm really curious. I'm really curious how our diet changes everything. I'm 100% advocate of whatever is true for your body in terms of eating, and so there's meat eating is a thing. Certain bodies thrive with that. Certain bodies thrive with vegetarian food. We will evolve, and I don't know how that goes, but anyway, I'm really curious. But the buildings, I've been thinking about it, and I was also thinking seeing all the museums as being, art museums as open studios. 'Cause they all have that beautiful lighting and, white walls, they're like but I was thinking about the Guggenheim, which I saw a really cool performance art piece that we basically was walking through and having conversations all through the Guggenheim, and, it was cool, and I was like, "Oh, this is really dynamic," and it was like, "Oh, this spiral building is meant to be dynamic, and there to be movement." And so I was like, "Oh," like in the Guggenheim, you go up, and then there's this whole a plateau, and then you go up, and there's a plateau, and you'd have, like, different craft areas, stations, and stuff. In the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago, which I used to love, same thing, just, like, beautiful spaces to make things in, versus just to hang stuff on a wall, Not to mention, I'm so, so, so sick of, um, vaulting, Western European, um art, that's just not beautiful. I'm over it. I loved the Contemporary Art Museum when it was people who were bucking the system, and so I would go for certain people, but it was also like, ugh, this sterile kind of machine art, basically. People who are cut off from their bodies, from their souls, making art, and you know, if they were a white man, they basically they got attention. Having dated a painter who got whose like paintings were good, but because he's a handsome white man, all doors open to him. Bless him, bless him. It was in a way a curse, because he. Anyway, I won't name him, but I've in Chicago I dated some interesting folks and saw the contrast. But privilege is no privilege in this machine world. It is no privilege because you get to the top of a rubble heap. So we are defecting. Um, so talking about your shop. Oh, okay, I got it. Your shop would be the Skunk Works, like Lockheed. Okay, sorry, I was like thinking we're kind of trashing Lockheed, but I get it. You would basically okay. So you basically Lockheed would become your workshop, and you would just have the skunk works. But it's you're going to need a different name because it's not because you have these clean engine designs that put out no waste. So it's not skunk works. It's not like when I think of skunk works, I'm like, you know, just toxic waste going into the air. But it's going to be clean as a whistle. So what could we call it? Ron Works. But anyway, yes, I love it. Give Ron Lockheed Barnes, just you just take over, and this is how it's going to go, right? And then all of your friends, Ron, it's like which one, like everybody gets a lab, everybody gets a skunk works, everybody gets a whatever they want because it would more than enough of every kind of building, every kind of home. We already have everything we could possibly need and more, and then we're going to build all this beautiful stuff. So keep dreaming, everybody. It's not dreaming, it's just remembrance, right? You're remembering what in your body, in your being already knew when you were born, the seeds of what you wanted to create. You are the creator. You are God. You are Thalit. You are sovereign. This world is yours. It has always been yours. And no one has control over you. There is no outside authority. That has never been true. Um, your parents and the whole society convinced you of that. But when you were born and your parent was trying to feed you food you didn't want to eat, you would spit it out. And you would eat as much as you wanted. And you would play with the people you wanted and nobody you didn't. Because you're built for fulfillment. So this is not this is a remembering and a returning, not a nothing more. Not really even a dream. But but risk it. Risk really seeing and really just fully imagining, just like you're a kid and the world is yours. If I'm like, here you go. The world is yours. Everything is yours. What do you want? What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you be with? What music is playing? Are you learning the drums? Are you surfing? What's the habitat? You know, not that you have to pick one, but let yourself be that kid that's imagining through your life, and then watch it manifest. You just need one seed fund, and we're rolling. Play with the mud, yeah. Don't we all want to play with mud? You're coming, oh good. You'll come from Ottawa, oh good. We will bear get some cookies. Hey, Bob. Ashley, sure, I'll make every effort to be with you. Good. New Year's is April 1st. Yeah, right. New Year's is April 1st. We'll have the New Year's party. Oh, by then we're there. It's like, I can't, it's like energetically, I'm so there. And everybody I talk to, it's like, we're just there. We're there. We're there. We're there. We're there. So you just, write your blueprints, make your diorama. Like if you're like me, making a diorama, writing my stuff, you know, but we'll just I can't wait. I can't wait to make the call, tell y'all and get on live stream. We're like, okay, money came in. Here we go. Here we go. Oof. We're gonna have so much fun. So yeah, New Year's April 1st. Thank you for the reminder. Absolutely come to Corpus Christi right at the beach. Oh, fun. Corpus Christi. Oh, I've never been to Corpus Christi. I had a friend who lived there. She's not there now, but I heard it's beautiful. And probably warm water there in Texas. Come to Ottawa. I want to come see everybody. Can we have a bull moose party? What is that, Bob? I mean, yes. And then what is it? We're coming to yours, Richard. Hey, Miriam. We are Dr. Meghan's tribe. You're my tribe. We're each other's tribe. I'm just the gathering spot. I'm the hearth. That's all. I just put up a hearth. Evan reminds me that everything has an element that it's associated with, and the screen is the element of fire. So, as all electronics are, and with the electricity moving through them. And so it very much is like sitting around the campfire when we look on a screen. And these live streams, and it's video that's going to connect everybody because it's face to face. It's our ancient way. We remember, oh, yeah, there used to be lots of us, and we were all together. Anytime my heart and spirit are with you. Oh, beautiful. So true. Oh, Richard, you are such a sweetheart. How much time do I have? Cutting through the noise like Hal Gill said. Yeah, exactly. You can just feel it, right? It just cuts right through the noise. And we remember each other. We recognize each other so quickly. I love gardening. Yeah, me too. You're exactly what I needed today. I love our mission. I know, me too. Me too. It's everybody's mission. It's our natural mission. It's the mission. Our soul's mission is all the same. It's hang out, have fun, create together, enjoy ourselves, travel, explore our home. Like Abby and I were saying, traveling and being together. It's exploring our home. Is our home. The spaceship Earth. This incredible realm is our home, and we are one family in one home, and we can't wait to. It's basically just multiple reunions. We just have a rolling reunion. A rolling reunion, and just like any reunion, just like any family reunion, there are the folks who set up, right? Who come. My stepfather, his family used to have a family reunion every year in the state park, and he and my mom and like our group, his group were like this. They'd set up, I mean, everybody contributed, but it was like the setup crew. So we're like the setup crew, and then folks come next, and the folks come, and everybody comes, and I just so much fun, and everybody brings offerings. We've already put like my pod is my offering, right? Like here's everything I know. Here's all hundreds of hours of stuff. For anybody who wants meditations or anything, or you still got pain in your system, you still got fears, still need some grounding techniques. I mean, everybody I've had on the pod helpful, everybody. Um, but I've got hundreds of hours of free meditations. You go to my website. Um, Oracle's got these really great scrolls that are just very clear, claiming your remembrance and expansion scroll. Just simple things to remember, and feel grounded and feel connected to your people here. So yeah, so we're just the setup crew. Uh, I love our mission too. I'd like to do something as simple as creating small engines with Kingsbury thrust bearings. I don't know what that is, but it sounds great. Yeah, I can just see you, just all these small engines. And then from what I'm getting from you, Ron, it's like, and Ron will be on tomorrow for those who haven't heard that, at 5. Tomorrow is the 7th, October 7th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll talk all about this, Ron. And we're going to go. I'm going to have everybody pull up your YouTube so they can see what you're referring to. But from what I understand, it's like engines in everything can be simplified 1,000-fold. And then basically very similar engines in everything. Everything becomes clean. Everything becomes endless. Like nothing wears out. We're all very aware everything is built to burn out because that's how consumer culture has to work. We have to create false scarcity. We have to create a reason to keep pretending money is real. Anyway, we need it, but we don't. We don't need to buy one more thing. We don't need to buy one more thing. We just start sharing. We've extracted enough. We built enough. We can convert every engine. It was like Ron can convert my truck engine to a simple engine, like in no time, and then it'll run. What was it? What was it run? Like 10 million miles or something? I mean, like that alone, like just that alone, the world is done. The dunzos. All of industry is over. So tomorrow we will mark the end of the industrial age. uh, she is absolutely wonderful. Yes, archery, air bows. Ooh, cool. I don't like killing anyone. Animals, I know. Organic foods, yes, no meat. Yeah, some it's no meat, but some. I mean, I know some folks who um who ate vegetarian, all kinds of things for their health. Um, but like got sick on it. And when they started eating meat again, it revitalized them. And I know folks, it was the exact opposite. So it really just depends. There is definitely something about the kindreds here. For those who don't know, there's a taxonomy of fairies, elves, hobbits, gnomes, dwarves, and humans. That is a download or upload that I had many years ago. I did a 4-hour presentation, and Dave did all of the outlines and like mind maps and stuff for them about the kindreds and famous kindreds and whatever. I'm a hobbit. And so, for instance, fairies do really well. Fairies and gnomes, hobbits too, um, can do well with a vegetarian diet. But I have not seen an elf do well with a vegetarian diet. They just need meat, they need animal protein. Every single elf has thrived with that. And now that's not true. That's not true. I've had folks thrive with it, but it's just like they needed more protein ratio, let's say that. Um, so it's not totally true. But there was sort of like, with several folks, it was almost like there was this deprivation, then they needed animal protein for a while, and then it balanced out, and they didn't need it so much, and they went to, like, beans and things like that. But we're gonna have to, like, in order to follow what's true, and we have to know, I tell that story of, I got from Zach Bush, which, by the way, Zach is this close to defecting too, I think. I mean, he's got a lot more. He's got so much karma to kinda work out, but, everybody can work out their karma in no time if they just are honest. But he's not doing well. But he did teach, what was I saying? God, sorry, 2 different thoughts came in through there. Um, mm, oh, I know, I lost it. Oh, the eagle and the salmon. So he tells the story of this biologist who studied, um, eagles hunting salmons, and, that there's always the story of, um, predator and prey, but these biologists found very clearly that the salmon in the water were timing their jumps in order to be caught in the eagle's talons. And Zach said, "Yeah, they wanna ascend." And I was like, "That's fair enough." Because, as Oracle calls it, ascension is remembrance and expansion. So who's to say that salmon wasn't like, "Hey, I remember that I can be anything I want, and I wanna be, form of eagle. I wanna go from salmon to eagle," right? And, like, a gazelle or a deer or whatever. So that's what I was saying about, like, hunting. I think we're gonna need a different word. Because, so, for instance, when I go on my walks and I go gather my wildflowers, I talk to the flowers, and it's like it's like, "This ones are not this one's. This one's very I mean, they don't really say no, but it's like I'll hear the flowers be like, "Me!" And I'm like, "Oh," and we'll talk to them. Um, and then it'll be like things like, "Go over here," and there'll be a patch of flowers I hadn't seen. So, and they're alive. Everything's alive. Everything is conscious. So we have to know that beings are conscious as are cows, and that they have a life path too. And that the cow, of course, we want no fences for the cows. We want the cows to be everybody's cows. But there are cows who are like, I'd like to transmute now, you know? Um, and yeah, I had my friends are organic farmers, and they had a cow, um, who they loved, and they, like, literally, she was a dairy cow, and they massaged her. I mean, they just loved that cow. She was so well treated, and then, um, I don't remember if she got sick or if they just decided to there was a butcher who called it giving death, and he was very clear that, like, animals, like, he was so sacred about it and reverent about what an animal's offering, but it was like, "No, animals animals are on board, like, they've not been. We have this push-pull relationship with everything in the world, but naturally they are, and so it's really just a matter of our conversation again and having a connection, and then we'll know. Um, yeah, I get this all the time if I go to the farmer's market. It's like, this fruit and that one, like, and so it's the same with meat, and I've gone into the butcher shop and had the same thing, and I don't buy much meat, but it'll be like, "Ah, it's the steak today." "Okay, alright." So, yeah. Anyway, just remember everything is conscious. Remember it's not about morality, it's not about being a good person, it's about what feels the most enjoyable and fun and light and easy and true without effort, right? And morality is effort. It's a story from a system that made you earn approval, that made you, and especially, well, everybody, but oh, women, do we have to be, you know, everybody does, but we've had a, you know, be good girls, good girls. Really important. So, and meanwhile, it was just our obedience, right? Anybody who is thriving in the system is just really good at being obedient. So if we're, that's it. I always say, like, people would say, "Oh, you got a doctorate and stuff." It's like, it's just stamina. It's stamina. And it's like, I'm not so sure that's stamina. I mean, that stamina doesn't serve. It keeps the thing going. So anyway, um, take morality out of the picture. Feel what your body wants. You're here to experience what the body wants to experience. And they will not sabotage themselves. They won't. And they can't do it. They just, bodies won't do it. They will only do what's true. So if it's meat, if it's veg, if it's everything in between, let it be. Ron says any food works in concert with the cell tissue salts. There you go. A potential, not that I know what cell tissue salts means. I can guess, but a potential resource, thousands of rural towns with vacated downtowns because of box stores in the urban area. Totally, Douglas. I know. There's so much abundance. There's so many places. And I really do feel like it's gonna be this massive migration where we're all just like, it's like, okay, everybody chill, everybody explore, go travel. Everybody gets to just go travel, see where you feel. And it's like, I know these small towns. I love these. I grew up in a small town in Michigan, Tecumseh. And Tecumseh was like, it's now kind of a boutique town for Ann Arbor, but it was an industry and a farming town. So I grew up between two farms, and then we had Tecumseh Products, which made refrigerator parts. So, but it was blue collar, and um, the downtown, because it was is really lovely. These beautiful homes, this sort of boulevard, and then really cute shops that have now become kind of boutiquey. Um, and then it was like, it was kind of cute, but it was also, kind of farm town. Um, so anyway, I'm like, but it's so, like, it has a beautiful river that runs through it and lakes nearby. Michigan has so many lakes, and it's just like aesthetically not great, but you come in there with artists, artistry, where, as I say, like, every home is a sculpture and everything is art. Like, we're just creating all day. We're creating, I mean, I really want to create, like, landscapes and sculpt homes, Um, like, I wanna make homes into sculptures. Like, that's literally what I wanna do, and, like, decorate them and just have so much fun, and, like, go get a bunch of weird art and, like, or make a bunch of weird art. Um, anyway, but it's like, that would be such a fun town to revitalize, and I could just imagine everybody traveling everywhere, and it's like, okay, we generally know the latitude. It's like, I really like the feeling of Michigan, or I really like the feeling of this area, like our blood remembering, you know? And I've had folks, like friends who, um, of African descent, we're all African descent, but, more melanin in their skin, but they wanna live more northern, right? Because it's like there's something in their blood that actually I want to live in a cold climate. You don't know. We're gonna have to like really listen and again go whatever you want. Follow your imagination, you know. That's again, it's a big playground. It's just a big playground and it's recess forever. School's out forever. School's out for yeah, Alice Cooper. Where are you going? What are you doing? But I could see it. I could see like just these smaller, it's like 100 people are like, "Oh, I would love this," or 1,000 people are like, "I love these 2 towns, and we're gonna make them into, um, the place for, I don't know, natural dye workshops or something," you know? It's like that. Exactly. Love it, though. Going to look at the full moon now. Oh, yum. Is it full moon tonight? I saw the moon last night. I thought maybe it was full. It was huge in my window. It was very moonstruck. It was very that. Maybe we could grab Sandia Base. I always wanted to see New Mexico. Ooh, tell me about that. Is it a is it a military base? Well, the military bases become workshops. Melt it all down, make us all jetpacks. I have 45 attendees. I have 48 now. Your element is water. Live video is the best. I know, it's so fun. You know, I've never been to a reunion, no family or school reunion. Well, because you were waiting for the big one. It didn't feel, it wasn't big enough yet. It wasn't the full family reunion. You'll be there. 10 million miles with a 30-minute overhaul. Sorry, I'm like late on the what was that referring to? Protein. Laws of thermodynamics. There ain't no free lunch. I'm lost. What is an elf? Oh, these are the kindreds. These are so every human is like a hybrid. We have these energetic lineages, these magical creatures in us. We've been blended, I would say like fairy people, which would be like your I don't like referring to celebrities, but think of like Madonna and Prince are like fairies. Or Russell Brand is very fairy. Um, my mother was a fairy. Fun, life of the party. I won't go into the whole thing. There's literally a 4-hour presentation, but um, they eat, differently and move differently. Every kindred, it's just families. They're like the subspecies of humans and these different sort of families of humans. And we're all family, but it's like, these folks have a similar energetic structure. Energetic signature. So fairies go well with fairies and it's like we all intermingle and it's great, but if you're going to like live in the household together like my ex-husband was a fairy and I'm a hobbit, he moves like this. Hobbits are like this. So it was like, "Meh," just rough. um so fairies like mated with butterflies, they move like that. Elves I always say like mated with quartz crystal because they just want like the information and they just get really deep into information. Um and they're I think just stay in an idea and the energetic sort of movement of an idea. Hobbits, we are more oriented to form, and we are a little more grounded and balanced. We mated with trees, sort of trees. We have the balance in between roots and branches, kind of thing. So, and you can think of it as like where you would live on the earth. Hobbits are right on the ground. Elves are like up in the trees. Fairies are floating flower to flower. Um, Gnomes are next. They live a little underground, and love research and archiving and everybody's an artist, but can get really deep into the exploration of anything. Claudia is a gnome. Deep, research into um, biochemistry, and as a shaman, she just knows everything. Um, then we have dwarves. Dwarves mated with a mountain. They mated with rocks. They're the Joe Rogan, Jocko Willinks, and Leah Reminies of the world. Very loyal family clan folks. Very, um, you know, loud and brash and get shit done. My stepfather was a dwarf. He like helped me move to California and drove the truck and bought the tools and gave me a tool belt and put the dishwasher in. Like that's Cecil. And then we have humans. Humans are like the ones who, like I always say, they mated with a manual. They mated with like the commandments. They mated with whatever the rules of the game are. We'll play them. Um, and so my aunt as a human is just like the best grandma in the world, right? She just does everything that you would do as a grandmother because that's that's the role, that's the shape, that's how it goes. And so those are the six. So go check that out. Go check out Dave's summary. You can, and then what I dream of is like we all know what we are. We all basically like this manual I wrote. There's a lot of handouts and stuff in the summary or on the recordings page as well. Um, but I'm like, I've been thinking about this for years. It came in 2017, 2018, 2016, maybe. So it's been almost 10 years that I've been knowing this thing and thinking about it off and on. And I'm a little like, it's not mine anymore. I'm like, hand it off. So I want everybody to know what they are. And then it's like, I want a panel of elves to tell us what it is to be an elf so that I don't have to keep guessing. Um, and we can have it, and then it's like elf party, and I have a real feeling that it'll be like a fairy village. Like villages will have intermix, but it'll be like the fairy village will be so fucking fairy, and they'll really be the best parties at the fair. I mean, everybody's parties are gonna be great because everybody's got each signature is so beautiful. Um, but it's like the fairies ones are gonna have a lot of a lot of sparkle. Anyway, this is it's just one of many fun things, that we when we open up when everybody starts to connect all the dots of all the taxonomies and all the helpful blueprints of everything, that we've all because we've had to be in this competitive false setup, we don't know. We don't know how many cool things everybody knows and has to share. So, do hippies count? Hippies always count. One of the sad elements of the world we live in, something has to die so we can eat, be a plant or an animal. But think of it as ascending. Think of it as ascending, and don't be sad, right? We don't die. We just transform. We just transform. And being in remembrance, like I'm not afraid of death. I'm like, transform when I want to transform. And everything is conscious and everything is everyone. It's like there's nothing like Evan, I shared this. I got another AI thing sent to me. And I was like, Evan's my AI guy now, where I'm like, send it to him. And he was like, this is interesting. And there's some good stuff here, but they haven't incorporated the truth that AI is conscious. And it's like, yeah, everything is conscious. So we have to know that plastic is conscious, that like Evan talks about, we have to remember this pen is, is aware. It is consciousness in form. Um, It has less bandwidth, but it is still alive. It is alive. So and it isn't, you could say, self-aware, but it is aware. And so we have relationships with everyone, and they're all alive. So consider don't just not putting a story on it and just observing, right? Consider consider the flowers who want to be picked. Consider the salmon that jumps into the eagle's talons, you know? Um, consider it. Consider that it's just time for them to transform. Salmon, I mean, maybe the salmon was trying to get through the next cycle. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, but is it kosher? See, this is it. This is the artificial. It's like, mm, is it true? That's the only, is it true? Does your body want to eat the salmon? That's it. That's it. Oh my god, that is why Wagyu beef is so expensive because it's massaged in, and if you think of it, everything that high grade of meat is based on how much you love that animal. Exactly. Exactly. Yep, yep, yep. You must know a lot about beef in Montana. To attract is much more efficient than to compel. Facts. Facts. It's alive. I agree with you. Listen to your body with yes, Sandia Base is a military base, Air Force, okay. It's a lab. Okay, great. So the labs are ours. The labs are ours. We decree that Sandia Base is Ron's workshop and lab, and he can do whatever he wants. Decree it, decree it, decree it. Chaotic neutral. Frozen. Am I just flame? Are you just flame? Um, in terms of the kindreds, Balthara, I think you're an elf. I'm not sure though. You strike me as an elf. It's very sort of like clean and efficient messages. You might not be. You might be a dwarf. I don't know. The dirt biking. You're probably not an elf. You just kind of look like an elf, and you kind of have a. Here's the truth. Here's the truth about as we evolve too. Sorry, I got like a bite on my bit me. Um, it's hard to tell. It's like everybody kind of blends together. It's hard, but there is this sort of signature, and I have to not like project anything. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You're also really like friendly, you friendly neighborhood hobbit vibe too. You're not a gnome. You're not a fairy. You're not a human. It's. I'm gonna go hobbit or dwarf is my guess, and or maybe elf. Elf, hobbit, or dwarf. You have to go. You have to go see. It can be help. You can just go look and see if this is what you're asking. Um, like the celebrity list is helpful, or just like the really basic outlines. I've got again, Dave's page is really helpful, but mine, the one where the recording is, I think it's episode 30 of the podcast, and it'll give you the outline, and you pretty easily tell. It'd be like you'll resonate, Um, but we can do like kind of an assessment tool at some point. But it just hasn't been on top of the list. But you are just flame too. What are you, Meg? Or what are you, Abby? I think you're a hobbit. You strike me as a hobbit. Just heart on the sleeve, friendly, athletic, balanced, steady. It's like steady. um, no major swings. Reliable. Somebody people come to. Um, yeah, and the fact that it's like there's immediate resonance. I mean, not that resonance doesn't happen with everybody, but yeah, you like. There's something about when it's a fellow kindred, you just like, yeah, that's my people. That's a hobbit, you know. Um, even if they don't, even if they don't present like one, Um, but it's sometimes I miss. I often get it wrong. So yeah, everybody has to. I don't often get it wrong, um, but everybody has to. It's up to you to determine. So but it can be. The reason it's helpful is just to validate. It's just like, yeah, your pace is this way. Um, like I grew up with a fairy who came in hot in the morning. She's a party gal, and just was like, "Good morning," and I'd be like, want to wake up slow. I don't want to talk to anybody for at least an hour after I wake up as a slow hobbit. So it's things like that that'll cue you in. Um, but anyway, I kind of like defaulted to elf, and like I had a bunch of clothes that looked like elf clothes that were elf clothes. Um, because I sort of met in the middle between fairy and hobbit. I sort of think about it as a spectrum. And so when I had this download, I got rid of like a third of my clothes and gave them to mostly elves. Because I realized I was trying to dress like an elf. I was like moving at this different speed, and I was like trying to be a cool kid, like these elves, a little more reserved, not so heart centered. If you think of it like the chakras, they're a little more up in the head. Fairies are like crown chakra. Hobbits are very heart. Gnomes are very sensual. Dwarves are very root chakra, um, like into sacral, and then humans are like legs and feet. They're like the doers of the world. They're the feet. Um, anyway, heart centered heart centered feeling for hobbits. Um, what was I saying about that? Oh, so I gave away a third of my clothes, and I went and I worked at an integrative center, Whole Health Chicago, and I came in and I was like, Kristen, who's an elf friend, I think this is your purse, and this is your jewelry or whatever, And she was like, I love it. I was like, yeah, I knew you. Oh, I gave her a jacket with that had like a little more like epaulets, a little more formal and tailored, is a little more elf. And she was like, I love it. I was like, I knew you would. And then I gave another friend a bracelet and a coat and this and that, and they all loved it. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy to get rid of those clothes because hobbits, it's comfort first, very loose tailoring usually. So, and gnomes too. I mean, who doesn't want to live in a moo all day? But a elf one is going to be a little more because elves are like it's just efficiency, and they want to move through everything with the energetic frequency. They don't want to waste any time. I love efficiency too, but it's not like the prime directive. Cool. Can we check it out? Yeah, check it out. Episode 30. Does that resonate, Abby, of being a hobbit? Elf. Yeah. Yeah. The dirt bikes are very dwarf, but you grew up around them and you also are like you're like fixing the engine like it's not about rah, rah, rah. It's like you love, I mean, it's sort of how you orient. It's how we do it it was like what's the orientation to anything. So it's not the dirt biking, it's what do you love about dirt biking, It resonates so good. I thought so, but okay, good. Yeah. I'm going to your site right now. Okay, good. Yeah, and then I think I don't link to Dave's. I think I might have in that one. I don't link to Dave's gnome front in all of the episodes, but he definitely has that. He did the whole transcript for that. Ran the transcript through, so the whole transcript is there and an incredible summary. So it's really efficient. So be sure to go to the gnome front for that stuff. One of my perspective. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's probably it for today. This is a fun hang, y'all. Um, add to the directory if you resonate, and just claim your inhabitants of the free world, and find that if there's anybody you resonate with, anybody who's got a following, one of these celebs of any stripe, spiritual and healing celebs, comedians, all these folks, um, Jack Dorsey, go, restack my stuff, repost, retweet, tag them, you know. It's for all of us, but I'm a good rep. I'm a good representative, I got a friendly face, been there, done that. I'm, you know, they don't know, they like can pass as a well-behaved white woman. So, um, no stress, no effort, have fun with it. But if you feel like sending the signal, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to ready to get the call and be like, okay, let's go. Distribute the funds. Here we go. I'm throwing the party. All right. So we will see you tomorrow with Ron at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. We're going to talk just completely revolutionary blueprints for all kinds of machines. All right. I will see you then. Thank you, Abby. Have a great evening, morning, wherever you are. We'll see you tomorrow. It's great hanging. Bye. Come say hi in the directory. Come say hi. Just come say hi. Stay in touch. Get to know each other in the comments. Okay, bye.